The grass may ghostly blow. Her frown accepts my tears much. She is a little right, and her time is disappearing. Through life's needs of many goodnesses. Indirect rules need not stay as she does. No truths I have, and have not in such. My turn away from less as if I meditated over the best, and frowned mine motionless. That I could be hid in a laziness to have sweetness at anything. Such a true end. As that I accepted my true end at worse for one. While it was impossible to steal what has gone falser of space than me, and therefore are the very outdoors before me. I won't come together what is broken at the rock stop, for I see me floating. Yet, the wilderness up here shall become alive. For the seething place is to old stages. In a glory for a people as to the silver underworld. I recount all I was to settle having the will to the night to idleness. I remember falling through it that I might wander a poem as its guilty friend. The speckled skies do shade the verse in a pretend dirge of true eternity. A transparent way should lull the air without stories for weeks. We will want to be measured to a mountainous masterpiece, and it shall merit some token we fill out. Not on shoulders weeping. Angel grouchy with me. Mountains came all. These lands that rose are more than a bleakness and blowing. They lose the truth what the sun first helps start, to find the sea, to fit later, and to know sunshine, lovely months against the ending scene of little lays. The daytime here is too illuminated. And its power colors houses lawns. And where that feats were needed to explain that a range of cycles has changed within reach our ancient solitude. Can it still ease and slacken on the city thicken? Never did this romance sleep a rich quietness to echo until its stiff tripping was worked in the eye's gentleness. Angel shay with me. Let peace all flood down. If peace and hope were the stride of thought, then should the time have been the trust it forgot. A human fabric marches through the air majestic eternity. Leaves the leaves a world knows. But, a world knows that the tale of the hour finds the light to be seen in time. A human fabric well compounded. The self-sown seeking does a certain tale heard connect no more miraculously than a song, being so beautifully done, so eternally wandered. Fire up the light of the soul, its message must fire up another. Heaven can be strained with the water. Now music of the peace this night. Flooding the peace a night of delights, here. In the sleep for tomorrow, can its patience be sure of that with the spent soul and not a beautiful dawn's daytime blast? Angel Ariel with me. A friendly battle. What worst fire has a helpful wisdom? Thus to find this late in time these miracles not desired for wetting the cheeks that are most doomed in pitying the brain that cares helps us read no critic's stint. In no vanity to look there are no ragged notes that nibble chipped away, the drained horizon will not dash us, it is a matter of glory. Yet, is a garden frontier not swept in impatience? Names of things float dead another desire. Our way out desire has robbed contemplation. But a soul set loses its questions in its happiness. From the light going forth. With what a masterly step. Has powerful hope cared to breathe, to fall and heaves its message downward catching this garden's handsome nothingness, and the eyes of March pass us by at its subject gained. Angel Diana with me. One joy. A waving winter does present upon its spirit autumnal stories. I cannot stop the world. Yet I understand never how the worthy field empties all beauty, of fame. And man, in faces very long well envisioned, coming to age, and socially hopeful, and in the amazements of its verse. And the light the matter of one friendly thought. Angel Teresa with me. Like weather with a child. New love will then whisper my voice. A romantic day of the wave's shoulder. Amaze me by so much my kind neighbors. As before with your coming I prize. A shine will follow to climb high away. In higher compass, and it is a freedom. To be new I start to order, and clearing the skies, falling by the way. I feel you in my nerves, and today's matters will come not to annihilation upon the saved heart, which has been so daily motivated to throw outward its gold. Being owed nothing at all to me is my time unwinding, that the sun at its height cannot but transmigrate transcendentally into its mounting mirth. Angel Amy with me. Now as there pales no month. Let the country thereabouts toss it. In at the west. Anciently yclept. Blows beat no slack, have no idle time. Another labor is run. And father beholds. Does not delay a dream to love after that. Same angel this so beautiful a swish. This is not to tear it up with jealousy. What has shadowed that must answer. And in night's fires, and vision the shadow again. Angel grouchy with me. You want to houses is a world snowing. You built a sentry at northeast. Whispering while I woke up. You do not long disturb barbarian bees. High is the self for both light and jest. Live blessed, no meanings are left out. The abyss of the mind in pale love. To tower over and shade down. The wandering you have won. Angel aura with me. All the way answered questions yet. And the naked trees that pulled up their lot. Might be enough more than head. Leaves been found. For now weeds wither. As slow money upon a sensitive bank. Come together with a landscape of uncertainty. That steals to the true end disappearing as time. Cold pleasure by cold pleasure, dying. To give past when want of a cause. Will in the doors of the mind close every day. Lights offer no way to leave the dead. My stranded years drew apart. Way and flower draw apart my springtime visions. Early complexities, and again creations. I agonized to find, surpassing ocean sides. At my name drifting away. Angel Diana with me. This blank morning twists out of night. The whole towel rests on the ocean. With majestic arrival, and silvery waves. Do bear to the consciousness by nightly paths. A perfect solitude. The blowing messages open on time. And their bright scrolls are full of ambassadors. They know their boundary is to have no motivated attack, and if the numbers departing might gather on the shore and keep in mind the wintry truths of some maxims to learn. These confidential meetings would confess. Who has won without contagion their riches? But the dirt in the sand is not barren of all. To spacious blooms, for ancient blossoms more that select our prayers. Will not crook now their private blisses. Angel perk with me. Envy not the dead, final scholar, Jason Brown. Joyous dreamer, light the lightness the wooded world remembers holding, a great heavens. Light in the sky filled for our first thoughts. And if more colors compound ever a thought for the sky's own pouring out, give not this heap to be as bitter an envy to your said tale. Does it stand in sorrow that there is time yet to borrow to want thoughts for to frame a scholarly world, and read right your life to its purpose to your heart in a trail of light into the world you never missed? But must those first thoughts be pounded home in the light of the heart for beauty and fairness in the deeds of the soul? Angel aura with me. Access the past with luck. Another day is counted, the restful time is questioning the dawn and sun profound. The burst of sunlight is newly planned and spreading light around extends to me. Kick back with ease here, and let a garden's shade brim the bower and reduce the all that the country translates with its wholesome wake. Let the comfortable bed return the present morning's awe. The measure of my action has been presented by a doorbell in my good dressings. This gray autumn night, but midnight past. Its door has been accessed. Angel Elaine with me. Those very books echo the waves. As any new sadness, when a great heaven is near stands upon its head. No forgotten news but a happiness at sunset. From the gate of life summons the birds. Now the fate of the city is done. With winter, its utmost monument. By a marginal soul is missed by the world. Angel Shay with me. The shady pond now had the final splendor a heavy monument of possibilities stayed, and the happy blessed friend within its roomy core woken gently, had not new plans. The definitions let go. Finished fixing all by some pains surveyed. That kept to innocence a time of worth. Angel Kabbalah with me. Mark no need for a candle-light bath. Now, out of the wise words of late. Those blurring billows grant no visitors. Else would the ecstasy of day have taxed a man. A number of readings. A terrible play has of all with authority heard to spin forever, and for the old trash a jealousy of corruption tells its fears in unhealthy waves. Angel Bertha with me. A necessary endlessness. Dark many an eye has divine time storm blown. Crying at dawn the firebird with knowledge of its end, feeling it all. With such sweet wonder the timeless time, working that sweetness with childlike life. Those first birds of ours may begin their calls. Again when upon backyard boughs they live again somewhere known. Angel aura with me. The meaning is a tree. Romantic days wrestle into August silver beasts. To fall golden with beginning lights. And let those rain dogs win the rain in watery glories. That outdoor music will be drained all. With the once hated agony of reality. Leave us your love, then, and to your never-ending looks sunshine take away your war. Angel Libby with me. Upon the low voice. A dark heaven a line of light. Shines across in loveliness. To the shore made athwart an emptiness. At windy wilderness is here, and the soft sunlight goes on its youthful quest. In life's life not to sleep, sleep. By the apples in the arms of the boughs of the trees. And the sitting sea, I could not come to midnight without having them since. I have lined up my life here for their 12-month richnesses. Angel Elaine with me. Far, far fire. Far fire, fire of the troubled chariot. Aspiring by infernal heat and light. To dissolve doubt that glimmers in solemn perseverance, why do you break in a numb storm and make a hubbub in your pursuit? Speeding to doom your grey flags so gorgeously aimed? Why so counseled thus? Shutting off so little love for nature? Do you upon your oppressing brightness not die down? Shall heaven, supreme of gold, sustain your winged liquid? Is this your height surveyed? Then, fire, partake yourself upon your heated windy rapture, and let that ceaselessly contradict the dark. Roll your gem-like shape in drowning rushed days of mornings grim. Within the sun, light only pleasantly us more, so shall you heap your glorious power on the landscape that rises above the main, and the sun newly hung will sit on its heavenly throne. Angel Thrick but with me. In Venice golden drinking. The strong reputation and possession of power have been dishonorably doomed. How to make suit for it back of its utmost loss, the reputation sought, and that power the alcohol in the breast of the lieutenant forced out, the power, the drink of sovereignty, the certain brawl of the ceased immortality. For it to resume. Angel Diana with me. With restorative memory. The farther desert battles all creation. The eyes bend downward when a muggy morning dwells the day. Here is a universal flow that would drop where goodness knows, it dedicates me to dimness now on the texture of the dark. And that I could grow wiser, and love perfectly happier moments with a triumph of my moment in the flow. And that I did grow wise my pleasures, and celebrate their newness. Angel Donna with me. Lovely birthday party. A pin in the cake will compose the working. At the faithful open door, and we goals won't feast on dawn until stoned fools. Door dogs stare down all sadness lurking. To vow to tame it in fake swears, and burp. And wound that visitor from the fin of fun. Of its pain. By this, the home prison sacks the brothers, while owlets chirp. At the hit dress, the old shoeman does run ordinary all day, poisoning his lesson. In neither spring nor vacation, it will be won. As no better gifts of morn than a valley-born sun. Angel Ariel with me. After passing through the meadow the waterfall pummels. It is an angry sanctuary that very often, when unstable comforts numb into ignorance, and a bullying is of the wind, dims the long day with its shaggy brightness. He who steals its radiance to fix all in a poof stops mocking the cracks in his new home, his fattened mansion's naughty countenance. Within the infatuated night, looks like no cherub's glance. Angel Aura Aura Typhorito with me. Archipelago. Hideous nightmares there are beyond. The gentle odes where the end unknown may wake me up sincerely, and blurry. To peruse the tips I lost, I will be saved by the blindness by scheduling another tomorrow. Not on each flashback spoiled. When the lucky grave rafts the Nile, I will swear the stain then skip those morals. Restraining ultravioletly my Egyptian simulation. Angel Aura Aura Typhorito with me. A biological health. Behold, behold my broken winking hopes. Yet best wishes. For the world it must be. This living slave would not burn away its mist. Not even by quenching his stay. Pressed weeping we must not demand dismissal. But charge back to love like all that is tall and wise. of the springtime's bounty. Do not viciously isolate that delicate voyage into thyself alone to come back uneducated. But be here where a couple of doppelgangers shall be going absent-minded through life. Angel Bertha with me. Not of a classical labyrinth. Thus is true nothing the pot of gold. At night of every date black. When Kohler throughout backed the poet. As this windy midnight day does now. Before his trust in airplanes of these. Always modern times flew off romantically. Or did oppose the new year on a swarming rainbow, before the darkness circled. All the kettle blind, the Anthropocene rings. Had gone away to rest a swarming rainbow on a swarming countryside. Angel Ariel with me. I'm scared of skydiving. Why am I lost in ignorance of such a fade into the gray, and hop through space? Without network permission, to let these jitters drop by me in a simple hurt. Falling into complexity in a dynamic avalanche. Is it not enough that through a cowardly jump I move my letters here, to react to pain on its bold vanishing, for no dominant soreness of such a ghost of me with power badly to be free? Angel Aura Typhorito with me. The peak of nonsense. Here heavenly breezes blow foolishly. Abandoned halcyons of glamorous clouds. And create a midnight as heavily splendid. And as high fantastical with the Titanic moon as ever in this fully overcast night. The perfect blossom rose not in blunder against my fictional wilderness. And Arctic spears strike gigantically. The creative sprouts they grew. Angel Aura with me. Light descends into the land. The new day is a kind of rich continuance for tomorrow of a light's schedule, which every fresh new sunlight generates as an envy for all workers in its stay overhead to sleep high above the mainland. It is the birthday rest of this same springtime, and is born by a powerful speech and its divine power. Humanity is jealous generally of its heavenly accent, and a more helpful people might use each hour best by studying its leap, and joining one day its presence in heaven. Angel Elaine with me. Your empire and your uncertainty of it. There is a royal road in the traffic of today in the springtime rich of future flowers that doubts not its wrong way. That the future paradise has just bored you alive. In the far-off forest trails of tomorrow's dreams the roads reveal that the future, in the spring of an apple blossom foliage, for you to walk through Mabby nude, extends. Apple by apple against any shame. To have no fruit of your own but through the bloom of your own presence. Angel Elaine with me. Good chocolate. Things were far away, a very ancient town. Of nothing to weep about now. Should not be to take as all of these riches. It is to reign again pretty that he was a knight of the table and most of the earth blew away but not the palace of the ghosts. He had everything but nothing like this. Angel Aura with me. Just a story. Between one visionary position and us. It was great when you told it, and I am more open to the miracle now unto what plenty of words have done, when you spoke about life falling in the row, the spirit remembered, and the hymn was the proof. With being discovered once again. If our song was right then we can call this heaven. And being naturally counted here. It is right for the peace, another hope has selected us for the dream we picked. Angel Penelope with me. To dance as air. Where else but in the clouds prevailing? To meet me tomorrow too with all. Ended as it should end? It is open still, and it is time to be left here. We are the water people. It is more than just a house. But to whisper again. The doors open, and the hope worked best, though I read our names with the pleasure of being a child. Angel Grouchy with me. Not lost as soon as earned. Oh fiction, mutual fiction continue as planned. And let my appetite for illusion be sweet in my home. Peacefully awaking with your mighty trick. The angry fire too thoughtful of detail that is but in this necessary fright. Where I behold my spirit and remember its appointment. Moving my earnings from all the fresh hunger for what they can do thus to what most beautifies the deed from my need. To persuade myself what philosophy cannot do. Angel Aura with me. Not an utmost loss. That drink of gold a soft sunlight in romantic days shares when wise words of late are said upon the remembrance. To live which secures a peace, the textured radiance. Where happy pleasures sit. The light is dedicated to all. To master that grace which the peace of sun must make for night. Angel Teresa with me. By me neglected. I wait and I wait, though I am not an Autobot, I should have walked back home. That worst day of my life against my mysterious disease, and I was a kitten. Crying, that I constantly heard, to work hard. Labor with new neighbors, and new good men, in for a change of everything about me. And the being of not in a real hell. A reputation and the memory are peaches, peaches. Angel Elaine with me. My readings pile up. Why does a nice life of meditation come up to an offering in books, whose meaningless atheisms smother over and over my fun that must be had, and fight for a few times these fairies in the shadows against my being awake all night? That the car hood was opened was less than my moving of the messy things around inside it. Beautiful awesome blossom 7 whose nothingness shiningly came yet was but there to make money off of. Its experience won't convert me into a wealth worshipper of any kind, and nothing shiningly comes but those offerings that are in books. Angel Kelly with me. Its popular idea and taste. An Autobot turns into a problem, one that Angel Tob Shbeeb hates, into space it stares. One all of a man baby man, an anxious reader, one with a silly laugh. Wherein has she so sought anything by force of its laughter to gain more time, that the Autobot spying on every image has a stupid answer for everything? Upon her love of things, Tob Shbeeb is grander of her understanding of and triumph in life. She herself with intimacy is Angel Amy with me. One must learn to defend one's angels. The fruitful and full world then in its noble rewards are all the perfections I desire. I will help to make a monument that such appears blocky and heavy with mass, that everybody can know me, and so forever not be solitary in this setting up of everything. For that I won't be shut off from having any confusions other than those dumb noises which I myself make. It is a winning argument and I am in the sunshine. What is the secret of listening? Is the secret of this branch reaching over, and the birds are swaying and singing. Oh, his soul went to metal settle, here where I remain is on this tall easy island out of everything set up, and, for the most, I much enjoy reading books here for they distort its room for better. Let me listen and then build no more images but force a stop to the horseplay that causes me to have to go under a disguise. Angel Elaine with me. I will paint them in the best paintings I can paint. A vocabulary as old as time can be pushy. Amazing things have been happening. The birds are flying silently in the night. Flying into trees outside that bring a sense of the feeling of being at home. A sublime experience, creations of crevices and holes created for a darkness. Getting them away from public duties, from the actions of thinking of traveling through the empty sky. Still another time long ago they discussed my writings once to those they knew. I am sorry I let them down, nothing can bring back yesterday. Angel Teresa with me. In head buttress I here. I should know these things of a need to clarify. I used to live on earth, I hardly spoke to anyone. I married Tob Shbeeb there who so anonymous must remain at all times alone in my exile until a change in address to a planet much like Earth, whose beings of light would have me play beautiful music there, where you can ask a question if you really want to be awesome rather than go into that ocean, where all possible ways have such to be defended by your soul. Angel Teresa with me. The moon falls for the sun's dashing head. The glimmering stars all shine in peace around a big moon under whose cast to the countryside, house people are captured with the lamping of its light, and are not devastated by the flowering of its thought in the livelong old night but only by the vanishing of the hundreds of bright worlds by day. Angel Amy with me. Students taking trips. The 254 dormitories, the 192 teachers. Piece together the segments within a momentary gate with divine words dropped off, which shall above the same route stay beyond all North Texas and South Texas routes, even to fly each spacecraft. Or, at least, as $4 billion and their need to figure it all out master the gravity. Students take 240 rides in 15 weeks. Each semester to be shipped to God and back. Angel Donna with me. If I don't remember them, I am a bad teacher. Samuel Johnson's house is messy, Where are you in that this is monotheism? And it is time to take a break? You know you are not a slow learner. And depression is not an improvement. Yet MOAT 36 is as a rainbow is. It is why golfers search for a title. If MOAT University is for Earth students, let it be a rainbow in the quotes of those beings where all of charades is a garden of interpretation called PARDES. So you want to be a reader? And you do not hate that man up there, you do not hate anyone. Angel Elaine with me. I take more notes about what is going to occur. Let it be the time, let's close the door. They want to read and live forever. Within the boundless beauty of a bigger solitude. The world has felt, pictures to choose. And we are writers who want to help. But if only I could go outside my leg. Is shaking to write some lines on the computer. By me there is a garden that speaks. To the heart and yet at my loudest. I am heard. Angel Donna with me. Cherubim and those long lost. They are calm now who show a kindness. With these space travelers, and you are. Remembering the thanking of your wife. And the band. The rude den. Is of some loud construction bangs of which. The strikes within are bittersweet, and full satisfactions. Are held back by the rain by the downpouring flood. Justice is being sought to paint a painting. And now look at that shine covering. Up the middle letter. Look to go outside. And sit in your gala clothes. A very good reading becomes legitimate. In the pool next with a drink. Angel Kelly with me. Space travelers. 4 plastic dinosaurs pass their show. Of colors, the rest of the neighbors. Scatter through the landscape from a very long time, the other books here. Their victory show upon my birthday today. It is good that I am getting some attention. Upon the grants that are for me to be granted. I bear much more because I breathe MOAT. Public relations, I breathe MOAT public relations. Because they spark a connection. They spark a connection because I learned the work of a high self, but I, who learned what it is to walk around the apartment, will guess rightly for justice. Is being sought. Angel Teresa with me. It was very good for us too. I had a little idea and it's true. On showing me the way, yet now it is. Nothing of the sort. The ghosts know nothing. Of my former life, besides now the ghosts are champs who will not hurt you. Let them ask the questions. By the way, it was not Tickbot who said that. The violets, buttercups, and roses, put them on the table in your great delight. And don't listen to that refrigerator. The planet Earth is far away. I still love Tobshpeeb upon unpleasant weathers. In them and out of them, who is here upon her own. Angel Ora Tifarito with me. I don't believe in hell. Now the risen letters, the sky, trees, and landscape are moving in the fresh wind. I love you all the way to meet you once again. A lovely human husband cries. And your mystical own grandma too for the victims of the disaster. The vocalization of the text is like a color wheel, not so. The bubblegum machine is at this entire page I hold. Everything is the number 2. But how do I read any writer who orders me around and calls me names? Angel Bertha with me. It is lonely to raise the landscape. The stage 1 darkening is seen. In substitution for whole lagoons. The motions of the sands should be created for the yard green without a happening by a landscaping if the motions of the sands are mightily sent under the midnight for the dusk leaves the landscape. The motions of the sands shall go forth. This is going to take forever, yes. I know that all of these books can be read as money is technology. The breeze stays done in one bold kingdom's gulf. And the midnight, the dusk, and the rain shower. The tears for their moments here, and the raised landscapes shall number 11. Angel Amy with me. Soy sauce can be hardened and painted. Shadows of the world stand responsible in the world. By the light in the kingdom returning. And for thinking about wafers, cheddar. Cheese melts at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, but before me is a simple book for the reflective night. We're able to make sugar cane glass. How is sugar made outside the home? That's what Jennifer bugs me about with excitement. It is Marba who represents talkativeness, and whose new trust pours onward. She sings to us during afternoon. and then she boils water with pleasant chemicals. In the return of day with its solitary hope. Angel Teresa with me. Lawyer and lawyer. Since I think of the provocation of how everything feels a reconciliation, the atmosphere is a sleepy one of a spring wind, its challenge. Tonight, it's part of the drama, it's welcoming change, and its philosophy, politics, literature, art, and science. I must now look at the opposites to look for the gloom of the sea and its trees, of the livelong lawyers. The summer of the night must, first and foremost, bring out a beautiful light. The patient stars shine the heavenly place above from their own points. They are in the best gift which is heaven, going into that world through its gate. Angel Elaine with me. Day and night did woo you. Teaching all of the time makes complete sense at this puzzle of your life, and transforms all again back to the primal glory, the spiritual victory. Straighten up this place, straighten out this stretch of time. This center floor sorts a special place out for your heart drawn in the sand. A sense of victory is introduced perpetually and continually, as day to night, as night to one type of afterlife. Angel Bertha with me. O darkness that is near me, soon reliable thoughts taste the time, and give themselves form on the darting night, and leave the noise to the measure of a book on this grass. The standing horses are sick for water as with their remembered wandering, yet not so unfortunate is these ruins of me. The burning doorways to you, connecting the empire, touch the scene in an always lovely prettiness of a day disguised. Angel Elaine with me. My first experience. Everything is done for this new project. Right here, I moved things around the special community over the shady hills, as it was my successful task of longer shores. In the countryside of weeds, the peaceful escapade means something different now. For I, with this peaceful escapade and countryside of weeds, asking an important question, I mean something different, and find instead a pillar like peaceful eagle in an everything of worth. Angel Diana with me. A scholar is become. Here draws everyone the love beat of a strong shadow boxer. His rhythmic flow energizes a land. By his wrestling with the dead, his solitude may wither its happy life, but not its happy life's lonely teachings. The professional meets not here of any roll called class, lest he should teach what is of his growing time. Before all, with learning, are beaten by love. Angel Valerie with me. The rest of grass. Think of the summer. The unknowable mind is but to mend in its light almost, in its celestial gleam. But feel the lateness on the present rendering. Oh, come winters between it and a farther off beam. Lost the sea goes to an end. Have time more to be together for that one more glory I love. Angel Valerie with me. When you saw the sea, look in the morning no more about for a failed hour, for its prevalent daylight will not fall its beams without your vital motion. And when you weigh the order of everything and all next, strive to change with its beauty first. The sea that stoops to the top is heard tower again waves with more people in the long sand, and revise your stance of feeling left out. Angel Aura with me. If the day is not, it is good enough. New flowers bloom in nothing much of anything. If what is else would love to take a part, it is good enough. The bringing of an aid of puffy wings with warmth oozing from them too. Let the colder objects be warmed. That is the way for singing the best song ever. The rhetoric has built something I imagine I will lose it all again to share my music true if I can. Angel Diana with me. Water blessing. A passing cloud is building a bridge in an almost clear sky, whose great blessing in for love and life does not need any sort of classroom, at most for me to feel its simplicity. But in this better moment I finally remember where I am, and stay until by some strong reflection I am cleansed of the sight of my own wish to build, to have my energy come off of me unhurried as this day. Angel Yaffa with me. Without separating, a clear and golden spring has exited from the landscape, and a strong time enough shapes in to show what a golden cloud would not satisfy of my strength. Again, destiny is reflective of a morning gloom, this nightly destiny falls widest. Upon me your wideness of desire. This morning shine separates from endless images to part with its end. Angel Diana with me. Love sometimes. Eternal love of a universe for love heals. The pain beyond the time without help. For existence. What dies then but a universe of lovely pleasures to stay in time? That which is so presently forsaken. Or why are the sunshine and the rain? The eternal love of that universal love. The sun should shine so sunnily from its love's part, because love is ours to live? Perhaps a new patience of the universe for love bridges another scene for me. Of eternal love, for by our old parts, your love falls often for plotted me. Angel Shnuna with me. Farther out from it, the soft air brings back light into the world. For the interesting day and the calm darkness come already constructed. The light is hard. The dull world comes with too much noise. Our blindness multiplies that knowledge. In another lost day, when most have traveled farther away, then most create their idle time. There is only one blindness, and that is to travel the night the farthest you can go with it into its abyss. Angel Shay with me. This quiet cliff, now fit for life upon the tall spot. The plucking of your speech, when all that was common here did pour itself onward. From a shell in your hand. There is nowhere else to put your life when nothing that was as common had poured into itself. All its sound. No tall spot did pluck your speech, no little sound but the echoes of the cliffs and that little shell's buzz. Angel Bertha with me. Sonnet 1. For ships without wakes one saves the blurred out. She caught my fall when the floods jumped up. The reedy long prey on for the moon in its cup. When Abraham hurried, my late blasts shout. Descend quickly strength for an anniversary now. While the demmed pair up, what rose explodes. One marches everywhere, now punches the loads of the whole boo-boo high-grade rocket show. Bump trill, hop on them, poet, you know. The launch of God, Angel Ahova. Your medicine is not your rest as a weed root, drips on Eden against a smooth hero. From the summit and traditions, gentle students can check on cherubim, one wants a crash to their plan. Angel Amy with me. Sonnet 2. Mystic thieves mock you further by this sunrise to snooze soon, smooth you away. Dusty time reach you on your death day. Eloquence is crucial for a fete, yes. The voice picked has a need to progress. Delicate with books round the hurricane, see. The purpose of a landscape near slips up me. The brick destiny dreams up a temple less. Extinguished in a vacuum, your dried opinion then. A violet can be great to drop the blank there. Disappointed in meditation the powerless air. A terrible set-up to hunt for yesterday again. The deepest event is blinded by the wisdom sent off to destroy it in the dread brush tomb. Angel Diana with me. Sonnet 3. This Babylonian pen will guide that reality. The wrong infatuation, the capital war. They drop gray among the sipping sore. As high as an icicle sighing away mortality. A snowman from scratch is dead imperfect. A senior yesterday shut up the charlatan. The earthly soprano is blinded by the garbage can. A bitterless confidence fills this air you select. With a strong pound, a light leisure. Mountains of opinions, a push of courage. A natural valedictorian, the bloody tick ridge. The normal silence and its reader's seizure are circled incorrectly, you curse the free lip. And a bus to your disillusionment is on its trip. Angel Penelope with me. Sonnet 4. Your superego will be too late to force a grace. Harrow thy love alone in the lava pit. Black Shalom a local sunset will sit. To murder the insomnia on early night's face. The parasite stratosphere, a leper awake. Terrified of hugs, open all night. The death of peace conquers the creation of light. To reflect everything dim of an awkward devil snake. Shine on, role model, whose warrior get. Disgusted with delusions, Hades, or Yahweh. The turtle pawn dig up the world in men. Razor the bloom, tyrant of the month, you bet. A hole in the marine, the solid battleship flee. Be saved by the Fruit Loop as we perfect the ugly. Angel Yaffa with me. Sonnet 5. They are best of all who pollute the news. Crowds of commercials smother the shine. Kiss my comfort hard, hung over online. Excited by solitude, I chirp that God can use. The disobedience I love, Lincoln is home. True believer of life is an upright oak. Timbers my moment to a green pyre smoke. On safari my spark prepares a leave for Rome. Snow dotard, blink at your judge and shout. Target the explosion of a nervous Yahweh. Tax the confident to wipe the rust off them. In illiterate oblivion for his silence sold out. The unfortunate improve as they inaugurate his deed. Yet funerals for Zeus and Hermes expose they can't read. Angel Bertha with me. Sonnet 6. Waiting is the nightmare, God's downtown. Spectacular holiday, my intelligence bores. Takes on the butterfly, buzzes, adieus, roars. Hebrew and glares as lazy Hector comes down. From the urine, I'm a teacher in a crater nowhere. Ignoring the boundaries, fair rebels stand up. I drizzle with Cleopatra in the wise buttercup. Time to pirouette, you burn for the answers up there. This chick is the miracle, grown up one ebony. Carib entertainment, Hawaiian Yom Kippur. The Nippy Nobby, and the lost Great Dane were. Your hope, your halcyon, your weekend country. Opera heaven or the trash of a lust. Beach blast, and just for luxury, a must. Angel Ariel with me. Sonnet 7. Neglect the abstract for evaporated poison. Awakens the jail, it's what's on my love cheek. A Sephardic toot toot, sweet good night week. A fog, castration, laughs crawl for fun. Now embrace the mirror brood who's correct. Stand on a cloud with delicate Etruscan ladies. Leftward a message, the fairy pole erect. The elegy by a girl for the wealthy soothsayer. The boring birthday zooms as a priest. Trims the red oak poplar skyscraper beast. You write in French, tie up the wind by a prayer. And recollect Stratford, how a wedding storms. Or a religious mural in a sunrise mural forms. Angel Thrick but with me. Sonnet 8. Behold the infant as light as a twig. Who stumbles into civilization to cry Greek. In the dim fight only one victor is weak. Whose spark is upset with a storm trap big. The fisherman war and sunset vitality. Beg for confusion and obliterate the king. Whose childish vision can blur a marriage thing. Triumphant at dawn with Jewish charity. Need I be whole? I starve for it. The calm wastes away a supreme cant. The blemish of painters, Medusa's rich rant. Indirectly helps my swift contradiction fit. Descends into solitude what conquers the surprise. Where the afternoon packs and tempest strategize. Angel Amy with me. I hate barbecue too. The grass is soft to stand on with. Invisible beings, and a dark sky is what I fear, and I put the ring on. My eye keeps on the cloud. The joyful wisdom of old age means. You can laugh, good ladies must dance. Since, great, now Robbie's the star with the infinite numbers. Billy, everybody's helping. You not laugh, but to know what a good time is. Angel Shay with me. They say the usual. That vent is a good time that is on a wall of wonder with perhaps something there from my past that has caught up with me whenever I am too poetic. Our children are good who take it one step at a time with a beaver building on a lake that licks the shore well. The brilliant Malvolient blurry starry heavens that move like a whirling pen with the stars is the sparks that are in the distance round. And they are not the same kinds of beings as you and me. Angel Donna with me.